Toastmasters, and guests. I welcome you to another memorable meeting of South Delhi Toastmasters Club. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop leadership and communication skills, resulting in self confidence and personal growth. I am Toastmaster Kuber and I am your sergeant at arms. Before the meeting starts, let me share with you some ground rules for the meeting. At Toastmasters clubs, we refrain from making offensive comments about, about topics on gender, religion, and politics. Also, please keep yourself visible on camera throughout the meeting, unless your broadband connection does not allow. Also, your audio should be muted unless you have a speaking role. After each speaker finishes, send commendations or recommendations, and for this, you may use the private chat windows. Also, there will be voting after each section, so I encourage everyone to vote, be it members or be it guests. Only the role players are allowed to share screen. The chat box is open, but please refrain from sending unnecessary messages and doing side talks. With that said, please put your hands together for the presiding officer, Toastmaster Arushi.
Thank you. And Kuber, that was very clean, neat, and precise rules that you introduced everyone to. Thank you. So I welcome you all to the 827th meeting of South Delhi Toastmasters. Hopefully the last online meeting that we are conducting, because we are going offline. Yes, you heard that right. From next week onwards, we are going back to the usual, business as usual, life as usual at Toastmasters, which is an offline meeting. Yes, we would be doing handshakes, no more shying away from those handshakes. And we would be meeting physically. We will be seeing each other face to face. And yes, there will be that whole look, feel of a Toastmasters meeting. Now you're wondering where we are meeting. So we will be meeting in Himachal Bhavan, which is close to the Pandi House metro station. So just for everyone's information, spread the word, invite your friends, and they can come and visit us as guests. We don't really have like a big upper limit on the number of people that can come. We have a big space in the conference room, so I think we can accommodate about 40 people in that room. The meeting, the space we have taken from 6 to 9 p.m. So so we have the space for about 3 hours. All right, that's with the logistics of the upcoming meeting. About today's meeting. So I want all of you members to first clap for Toastmaster Abu Shadam. He's going to be participating in the area level international speech contest tomorrow. So I want all of you to clap and wish him all the best. So all the best, Toastmaster Abu. And since Toastmaster Utkarsh is not part of the meeting right now, I would still like to wish him on record and also wish him all the very best for the contest tomorrow. All right, then. Before going to our Toastmaster of the day, there was this one message that I read, and it's by this dietitian called Rujuta Devakar. And I was just reading about it, and I just felt like, yes, I also agree with it. So it said that, whenever somebody thanks you, you're always very modest and you'll say, oh, no, it's my clothes, maybe it's making me look better. Or, oh, you're just saying it like, it's not that. No. So I think we are conditioned to not take compliments very well. And I am somebody who resonated with that, because I would do exactly that. So I just urge all the members here to take that compliment and just say a simple thank you from next time. Anyone compliments you, you thank them. So, Varsha, I really like your earrings today.
Thank you.
Abu, I really like your glasses.
Thank you.
Azad, I love men who wear white shirts. So, kudos on that. Kuber, thank you for that smile that you have on your face every time you come and speak. And now he's not smiling anymore. All right. So with that, I would like to introduce the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pandi. And he is somebody who you take inspiration from. Last week, he was traveling, but he made sure he took up a role and he made sure that he participated. He reached at the nook of the time. This week, he is COVID positive and he's a bit under the weather, but look who decided to show up and come for his role and his meeting. Each time there is a Toastmaster function, he will show up. So this is the man you look forward to draw inspiration for being consistent and participating, and the man who believes in running the show no matter what. The show must go on, and he's the live example of that. So today, I believe you have come up with the theme called Unleash Your Potential. So with a warm welcome, I would request all the members of the club to clap and welcome him to the virtual stage. So the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Ms. President, for your warm welcome. And fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening to all. I am Toastmaster Pandi, Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. As Waldo Emerson said, what lies behind us and what lies before us, nothing compared to what lies within us. So the theme of the day is Unleash the Power Within. Unleash the power within, invite all of you to recognize, uncover, and put the most powerful resource everyone possesses. So the unleash the power, every human being having driving force within. The once unrelease it, we can achieve any vision or desire or dream a reality. So for the interest of the guest, today's meeting is divided into 3 segments. The first is the prepared speech, in which the members deliver speech according to their chosen pathways. The second segment is table topic, in which we given a impromptu topics. Here the guests also can participate. The third segment is evaluation, where constructive feedbacks are given for the continual improvement of each and everyone who is participating in the meeting. Now, moving forward to that today's meeting segment, the topic, the unleash the power within. Most of us might have heard about from since the childhood, whatever we want to achieve, we have the power within. But really, how many of the people really achieving what they want? A study attributed by Harvard University said that only less than 5% of the people, they're achieving what they set their target or goal, whatever it may be, their personal life as well as our professional life. So why it's, if the power is within you, then what requires? Why we are not able to achieve? That we will discuss in the upcoming sessions. Now, with that, I would like to welcome the general evaluator. Is a most experienced veteran Toastmaster Aditya, to introduce his evaluation tag team and their roles and responsibilities. So, hand over to you, Toastmaster Aditya, the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandi. So I'm the GE for this meeting.
and I'll be looking at the meeting from 4 aspects: time management, all the role players, that is the anchors, the supplementary evaluators, and the speech evaluators. And I'm assisted by a team of, there is a tag team, but right now the situation is such that out of the tag team, only the T exists and the A and G are not around. But still, I was the grammarian for this week, but I will only introduce a word of the day. There will be no record for this meeting, but going forward, we will go back to the whole idea of grammarian recording your phrases and idioms and all those things. But there is a word of the day, unlike last week. And our counter, well, if you can, well, I'll still try to do some counting part, but it'll be better if you have been here enough meeting, if you can consciously in your speeches keep it low so that it's easy. The designated hour counter is not here. I have messaged them, but that's not the point right now. So I'll call the timer, Toastmaster Varsha, who is taking a double role today. So let's call our timer, Toastmaster Varsha, detail out the timing for all the speakers.
Okay, let me first. Aditya, can you give me screen sharing rights?
Yes, it's there.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm the timer for today. So as you already know, the timer times each and every single speaker, and at the end of the meeting, I'll be presenting my report. Okay, I will just quickly share the sheet that I'll be working on. So this is today's lineup. My internet. This is today's lineup. We started with the Sergeant at Arms and the president opening, which is supposed to last for 2 minutes and 4 minutes, 5 seconds, and 6 minutes. Just a second, please. Please. Okay, now we have then the Toastmaster of the day, whose opening speech is for 3 minutes. I show a yellow card at 4 and a red at 5. We have 3 speakers today. Our first speaker, it's an icebreaker. So his speech is supposed to last for 4 minutes to 6 minutes. And we have a grace period of 30 seconds on both sides. Then we have 2 other speakers, Toastmaster Azad, who I'll be evaluating. He has 5 to 7 minutes with the grace period of 30 seconds on both sides. And then Toastmaster Abu with the same timing. Then we have our table topic section. Depending on how much time we might have upwards of 20 minutes today. So I'll be timing each and every speaker. Kindly nominate yourself. I think all of us will get to speak today. The speakers will be timed from 1 minute, which is the lower limit, to 2 minutes with the upper limit of 2 minutes 30 seconds. Then we have our 3 evaluators. Evaluators are given 2 to 3 minutes with the grace period of 30 seconds on both sides. And as Arji said, we only have the timer. So at the end, my report should be in between 2 to 3 minutes with the 30 seconds upper and lower limit. Final evaluator will be giving a long report. TMOD.
Toastmaster Varsha has logged out, but we'll manage that. And as I said, there is a word and idiom of the day for this week. So please use it in your speeches. Even if your speeches are prepared and you're ready, you can add. Okay, Varsha is here. So you can add this even at the last moment. That's the beauty, and that's how it will test your skills. If you can add or make your either prepared speech or impromptu speech in line with the theme or the word of the day. That will really test your skills. So let me introduce a word and idiom of the day. The word of the day is Yes, the word of the day is milieu. Milieu is the physical or social setting in which something occurs or develops. For example, an in-person Toastmaster meeting is a perfect milieu to experience and develop one's opinion and social skills. There was a bohemian milieu in which people often played romantic musical chairs. The idiom of the day is very interesting because there is a Hindi proverb for this, which we might have used a million times. I'm sure you'll recognize this. It is a poor workman who blamed his tools. There's a Hindi proverb. I won't say it, but I'm sure everyone has already got that thing in their mind. So use this one also. I'm sure it might come useful in your impromptu or prepared speeches. So if you can't do the job, don't blame it on others. For example, in cricket, if a batter or bowler fails, they blame the pitch and conditions. So if you don't understand this, you'll get it if you watch the sport. The football player blamed the rainy weather for his poor performances, but as they say, it's a poor workman who blamed his tools, or the Hindi proverb. All right, so that's it all from me. The R counter is not available, but I still request you to use your R's and ums as much as reduce as possible and increase the use of the word of the day, the end of the day, and interesting phrases. And then we'll come back. And just a reminder for next week, though this is just an addendum for next week, from next week, all speakers will have to bring a print copy of their evaluation sheet. This is just an addendum I had been willing to say for a long time, because that's the important part. But that's all from my side. I'll hand over the stage to the TMOD.
Thank you, G. So now moving forward to the first session, that is prepared speech. Now the first speaker is Toastmaster Achyutam. Before I call upon to deliver his speech, I request his evaluator, Toastmaster Arushi, to say the purpose of this speech. And over to you, Toastmaster Arushi.
Yeah, just give me a moment, please. All right. So this would be Toastmaster Achyutam's maiden speech. It's called the Icebreaker speech. So the purpose of his project is for him to introduce himself to the club members and learn the basics of a public speech. So, I would request all of you to give him a standing ovation once he completes, because that's the tradition at Toastmasters. We encourage the person because they come, have a brave face and come and speak publicly, so it should be applauded, and we would be doing exactly that. Achyutam, I wish you all the best. Just looking at your smile, I feel like you're going to do a fabulous job in your first speech. So with that, I hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pandi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi. So now when I asked Toastmaster Achyutam about what do you understand, what comes in your mind first when you heard unleash the power within. So he said that, I believe that unleash the power within me, taking commitment and challenges and never quit. So that is a word he said. Thank you for that. Now I request Toastmaster Achyutam. His speech title is NJET MD. So Toastmaster Achyutam and JET and MD, JET and MD, Toastmaster Achyutam. So over to you.
Thank you, TMOD. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A very warm good evening to all of you. So today is the first speech that I'm delivering in quite some time. The 8 years to be exact. So the last time I spoke in front of a milieu was when I was in class 10th. It was my last day at school and I was anchoring in the morning assembly. That was quite a bang. I recited poems of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Shivmangal Singh Suman,
Clearly
and
define
the
how Toastmaster envisions mentoring and also to share aspects of previous experience.
so yeah, I'll continue. So I recited poems of Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Shivmangal Singh Suman, and the audience went ecstatic. The so it is like I can clearly recollect that moment even today, and I was applauded by the principal of the school. Although I was accustomed to that because I was one of the studious students in the school. So yeah, moving ahead, I have a few interesting stories from my life today that I'll be sharing. So I'd like to take you back to my childhood. As a child, I was very hyperactive. I used to play with street dogs, get head on head with goats in the colony, play video games, etc. And I was a cricket freak. I enjoyed both watching cricket and playing cricket. So I literally used to beg my friends, sisters, and anyone that I could get my hands on to come and play with me. So people used to take advantage of this. They knew that I wanted to play at any cost. So they would put conditions like, yeah, we'll come to play, but we'll bat first. I was like, cool, you bat first. But you know what happened next? Second innings never came. So, uh, and I was a very big fan. I am a very big fan of Sachin Tendulkar, and I was glued to the television whenever he used to come and play on the field. So fast forward to when I was in class 11, I went to Kota to crack the JEE advanced examination. And my rationale at that time, my rationale behind doing this was, it was IIT JEE was one of the toughest is one of the toughest examinations at high school level. So I think that if we pursue something that is difficult, it instills confidence in us. So that's why I wanted to do that. So I have a So when I was in Kota, I put myself through a interesting challenge. So I used to live in a PG on the ground floor, and the room was located such that no sunlight used to come in that room. So what that means is, if you're sitting in the room, you cannot guess whether it's morning or evening. So I used to have my lunch at around 2. I used to come back, and then I had a table clock in my room. I used to put that down, set an alarm for 9, and the challenge was to sit continuously on my chair till 9 p.m. So I mean, it was not like I have to study in that time, but I don't have to stand up from the chair. That was the challenge. So initially, like my mind and body, they had a mad rush. They wanted me to stand, and I surrendered. A lot of times I surrendered, and I would stand up from the chair. But I kept trying, and eventually I was able to succeed, and I sat there for like 7 8 hours straight. So but after some time this passion eluded, and I was happy even if I would open a book and like read for 1 or 2 hours in a day. I would be happy with that. So that's on my journey at Kota. So sometime back I was listening to one of the speeches of Veer Das. I hope some of you might know him. He's a stand-up comedian, and he was delivering a speech at the Knox College, and it was the convocation ceremony, and it was titled "Be Stupid." So, be stupid, ZNMD, JKHCD. So, you might be guessing what these acronyms stand for, and I believe some of you might have already guessed what they stand for. Uh, the first one, ZNMD, it's quite cliched. It stands for Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, and JKHCD stands for Jeene Ke Hain 4 Din. So in his speech, Veer Das said that stupid is, if you look this word in dictionary, it is defined as something that is against common sense. And he said, what is the worst part about common sense is that it's common. So I would now like to tell you a story, a love story, uh, which started with something stupid and it ended up being one of the best innings of Sachin Tendulkar's life. So this is the love story of Sachin Tendulkar and Anjali Mehta. So once upon a time at the Mumbai International Airport, there was a 17-year-old lad who was returning from his first international tournament where he had scored his first maiden test century and he was picking up his bags. And his eyes met with a pretty girl who was standing upstairs. And he took his bag, he moved ahead. And after some time, he heard something that someone's calling, the same girl's calling his name loudly and running after him. And Sachin was very shy. He was with his uncle. So he put his head down and he kept on walking and he sat in the car and went away. But this girl, she asked one of his friends that I want this guy's number at any cost. So they somehow got his number. She called her, and that's how this story started. So if we think about it, a girl screaming someone's name in the middle of an airport uh, sounds very stupid, but it ended up being one of the best things of their life. So with that, I would like to give it back to the TMOD. Thank you so much for listening patiently, hoping to learn, connect, and have a fun time together. Thank you so much. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, TM Achutam, for delivering such an interesting icebreaker speech. Now, please take 30 seconds to give feedback to his personal chat. And the timer, please let me know after 30 seconds. So as I told you, I got COVID. So at that 16th morning, so I was very upset. Then one of my friend called me from New York. He said, what are you doing? I said, it happened like that. He said, oh, it's congratulations to you. So I have a good thing for you. I said, what your good thing? I am suffering like fever like 101 degree. So you just open your mail in the evening at around 7 o'clock. Then you can see that. Just as I opened that, then he sent a link to join. Okay, I will discuss about later. So now we are moving forward to next speaker. That is the most energetic and exciting speaker, enthusiastic speaker, our Toastmaster Azad. So when I called Toastmaster Azad, what do you mean by, what do you think about unleashing the power within? He said, when you unleash the power within, you have the potential to speak to God. It's a really great. Now, before I call upon the Toastmaster Azad to deliver his speech, I request his evaluator, Toastmaster Varsha, to explain the purpose of the speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Varsha.
Hello, everybody. Am I audible at least? Yes? Okay. So today I'm very glad to be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Azad as my last meeting. So he is delivering his level 2 project 3 speech. The purpose for the speaker today is to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring and also for the member to share aspects of previous experience as a protege. Now I will like to hand it over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pandi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varsha. So now I request Toastmaster Azad. Toastmaster Azad, my mentors, Toastmaster Azad, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Pandi brother. Thank you so much. You are doing a wonderful job. Unleashing the power within you. The theme itself talks about that how mentors at Toastmasters do their jobs. They unleash, they make you realize that you have that power, that potential within you, that you can come out and you can just win the world. You can just win the world. So I was just going through the internet and I have just confronted with this quote and I really liked it. So I thought of quoting it today. And I quote, "It has been true in my life that when I have needed a mentor, the right one shows up. Ken Blanchard. And I unquote. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, formally. How many of you think that there is a difference between a coach and a mentor? Most importantly, who can state the difference in few words or say 2-3 line or sentences? I will give each one of you 10 seconds. Okay, go ahead, Arushi.
There is a difference. Coach can be somebody for a short time, and a mentor is somebody who will give you. I'm sorry, I'm taking a lot of time. But over the period of time, somebody who helps you with your life and life in general. Coach is for a specific reason.
Yes, correct. Anyone else?
Yeah, coach is for giving training, and the mentor is a role model. You want to become that. So that is the major difference between the coach and the mentor.
Yes, Achyutam. Yes,
Yeah,
that
so
was correct, Pandi.
So I'd like to add that coach is like a teacher and mentor is more like a friend who's there for you and you can reach out to him whenever you want.
Now I am running out of words because you have stated what it is. But still, let me add more. I mean, few words just to make it more clear by adding few words. A coach is someone who provides guidance. This is the word. Guidance specifically to a client nowadays on their goals and helps them reach their full potential. On the other hand, and guys, pay attention because this is about mentor. A mentor is someone who shares his skill, knowledge, and most importantly, experience. And to do what? To help you so that you can develop and grow. And that is why there is a huge difference between a coach and a mentor. I remember that when I was in school, my English was so bad, and I admit it was horrible because I went to a government school, and I'm not denying the fact that they do not teach well. This is a fact, at least in my times. But I used to love the language. Guys, this is the language I always wanted to speak and learn. Then I first decided to be good, at least in writing of this beautiful language, so that I can attempt my exams. So I needed a person who can guide me through. And as I said in the quote, whenever I needed a mentor, the right one shows up. So Ravi Bhaiya appeared. Ravi Bhaiya, he was a man with a good build, 6 feet height, 44 chest. So you can imagine the big build, but with a soft heart. He was so good with the language that I still don't have the issue with the past, present, or future. Obviously, I'm talking about tenses. I never met this person ever after my school. Sad. But I have immense respect for this person. So I want to take this opportunity to say a big thanks to Ravi Bhaiya as my first mentor when I really needed and I felt a need of a person like a mentor. My next question to you guys, how many of you have heard about Rahul's IS? Anyone having any idea? Okay, yes, Pandi brother. I think you have all the knowledge of the world. Great. Yes. What is it? You are not audible.
Yeah, Rao's IAS Academy is one of the premier IAS Academy in Delhi who provides a civil servant training to the aspirants. So it's one of the top in India in Delhi. There are Narayana IAS and Rao's becomes a top
Yes.
in providing civil servant training.
Correct. But just to make a correction, brother, just to make a correction, they provide training to become the law students, judicial officers. So name is Rahul's IS, and that is where people get confused. But they ultimately, this place is called Kailash or say Makkah for the law students. When I decided to pursue law from the career's point of view, my younger brother suggested me to go to Rahul's IS, where law students go to prepare for judiciary exams. When I attended the first ever class of Rahul sir, oh my God, he's the magician. who can teach law to a school-going student and can explain things in the simplest and the easiest way. My belief in pursuing law as a career became more stronger and firm. I would say going to Rahul's IS is the best time of my life, where I realized that practicing law is something which I could do for my life, more specifically till the last breath of my life. So once you get the clarity, I mean, what can be the happier moment, especially when you get the clarity. So a big thanks to Rahul sir for sharing his knowledge and guiding me throughout wherever, whenever and wherever the guidance was required. After becoming a practicing lawyer, I realized that I should work on my communication skills, because the good communicator I am, the more I will be able to explain to the judge that what I want to say. So I realized it in the initial year of practice, which I had lost somewhere in last 8 years. I used to speak good when I was in college. So I was not feeling like Azad, that Azad was lost somewhere. So I again needed a, feel of a mentor who can help me, who can guide me how to go about it. And bang, I was watching some videos of some public speakers on YouTube, and any guesses what would have happened? Any guesses, guys?
We spoke about Toastmasters.
Yes, I was introduced to the perfect milieu of mentors and learners. Yes, Arushi, you got it right. I saw a video talking about Toastmasters the very moment I checked on internet and found various clubs. On top of these clubs, I found our own South Delhi Toastmasters Club. I contacted Toastmaster Mayank, and then he gave me an idea that how I can join first meeting as a guest. And then a very dynamic president, Toastmaster Arushi, who talked to me after the first meeting, which I joined as a guest, and got me on the board. So a special thanks to Toastmaster Arushi Kapoor for that. This is the platform, guys, in my understanding at least, where everyone is a mentor and at the same time, a protege. A protege is a person who is guided and supported by the more experienced and influential persons. I want to thank each and every member of my club to help me out in developing and growing. But I do not want to lose this opportunity to say few names. And first is Toastmaster Abu Shadab, who introduced me to the world of books and their benefits, starting with Atomic Habits. And I am running on my 4th book in last 6 months. And the person who was not even reading, who is just a call away if you need to talk to him. This person has helped me to use my time better by introducing the concept of journal and benefit of sharing a journal. I can speak more than an hour only about Toastmaster Abu Shadab. But yes, some other day. But a very, very special thanks to you. And then second is the Toastmaster Amit Kumar, who literally helped me to understand that how you can get the work done with a smile. And again, Toastmaster Arushi Kapoor, I want to say thanks to you, because on the very first meeting when you got me on the board, you said that Azad, consistency is the key. If you are consistent, you are already a winner. It is just a matter of time. So I joined the Toastmasters in August 2021. Trust me or not, I have seen, felt, and observed immense changes in myself. You just don't become a good speaker by each passing meeting. Trust me, guys. I'm speaking this from the core of my heart. You just don't become a good public speaker by each passing meeting. Rather, you become a better person. You get a chance to explore more within you, because you meet so many good people that one thing from each one of them multiplies and helps you become a better person with a dynamic personality, which I myself feel. I have not mentioned about my parents here because they are not my mentors. For me, they are my God. My brother is like my strength, and my family is my reason to live happy and have a bigger vision in life. In this whole picture, I found something very, very special. And that is, if you are ready to take action, then the whole world is your mentor. Life itself is the biggest mentor. If you are ready to become its protege. So good mentors can share their knowledge, skill, and they're ready to help. They are ready to share their experience, but they cannot take actions for you. As Sayan Karmakar said, and I quote, nobody will be able to help you unless you learn to help yourself. I know that I have taken some time, but I was talking about my mentors, so I am sorry for that. I could not spoken less than this, so I'm sorry for that. And with this, back to the Toastmaster of the day. And thank you guys from the core of my heart.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Azad, for delivering such a wonderful, powerful, and mesmerizing speech. Now, please take 30 seconds to give feedback to his personal chat. And as my friend said, just open your mail, you can see it. So he has sent this link. That is, I think it's a mirror image, whether you will do it. This is the Unleash the Power Within. It was a 4-day session conducted by Tony Robbins. It's a live session, so you can join. So I joined that. So I was just, I was not well also, keeping well also. But at the same time, I joined that. Though the next day, when I came to know that it was paid, it's $600 he paid for 4 days, then I'll become more alert. So I attended that. Then I will share with what are my learnings. So now it's 30 seconds over timer. Hello? Yeah. So now moving to the third speaker, that is the more exciting, our mentor for all of us. That is a Toastmaster Abu. So before I call Toastmaster Abu, so I will call the evaluator. That evaluator is there today. Is Himanshu?
Yes, I'm available.
Yeah. Okay. So just please explain the purpose of Toastmaster Abu's speech. So over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandi. My name is Himanshu Manocha, and today I'll be acting as an evaluator for Abu Shadab. And Toastmaster Abu Shadab is going to deliver his speech from Pathways Innovative Planning, Level 3. And the title of his speech is It's Okay to Fail. Coming to the purpose of this project is for the members to inspire the audience. So in the end, I would like to say that I'm as keen as mustard to get inspired by Toastmaster Abu Shadab today. And I wish him all the luck. And over to you, Toastmaster Pandi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himanshu. So now when I asked Toastmaster Abu Shadab about what comes to your mind when you heard about the Unleash the Power Within. So he said, we are not a drop in an ocean. When we are able to universal, the power you are an ocean in a drop. So Toastmaster Abu, it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. Toastmaster Abu, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandi, and you are doing such a fab job. So, being a part of Toastmasters for the past 6 years, I've observed there are 2 qualities being a Toastmaster. First, they are looking for content everywhere. And especially if you're participating for ISC, you want content. The second thing is feedback. Content you got, now it's time for feedback. So I was thinking, like, I'll be participating in area level. What kind of a speech should I give that increases my chance of winning? So by default, the answer is very simple. It has to be success story. It has to be about a goal and how somebody smashes the goal. So that was about my speech. So as all of you know that I am from Darjeeling, and from Darjeeling, Darjeeling is known for 3T and 1S. 3T starts for tea, timber and tourism, and 1S is from my end, that is sports. We people in Darjeeling, we love two sports for a change, that is football and volleyball. And when I talk about volleyball, there is this one person that comes to my mind. He is our local hero. His name is Bablu Bhaijan. Now, Bablu Bhaijan, he is 6'5" tall. And when he jumps and when he smashes the ball goes at the speed of lightning. It digs the ground and you can see dust coming out. And the entire audience is like, just like this one, we want another one. Just like this one, we want another one. And Bablu Bhaijan will never disappoint. You know, I was so inspired by Bablu Bhaijan, but as a kid, I was not part of Toastmasters, so I was not good at expressing myself. I recently went to Darjeeling, and guess what? I met Bablu Bhaijan. I looked at Bablu Bhaijan and I said, Bablu Bhaijan, I can't tell you how awesome you are. Thank you so much for inspiring so many people. I have a question for you, Bablu Bhaijan. I'm very curious to know what made you such an awesome athlete. Shadab, you know, I used to play football and cricket. Now that you have asked me, let me tell you this. When I first played volleyball, I remember serving. I slipped, and along with the ball, I crashed into the net. Everybody started laughing. At that point in time, there was Shahid Khan, who was the best volleyballer. He looked at me and said, there are some people who should only play football and cricket. Volleyball is not everyone's cup of tea. It hit me here. I took it to my ego. I became obsessed about volleyball. Would you believe if I tell you, I used to hug the ball and I used to sleep. I practiced every day now, and that's the reason that made me who I am today. When I was listening to Bablu Bhaijan, I knew this is going to be my speech, which will help me win. But again, you know, you prepare a speech, you want feedback. So as I was there at my cousin's wedding, we have Rafat Bhai. Now, Rafat Bhai, he is super intellectual. He is a lecturer at Jaipur University, very nice. And I met Rafat Bhai and I narrated Bablu Bhaijan's story to him. And I asked Rafat Bhai, what do you think about it? Shadab, question. What would have happened if Bablu Bhaijan would have not succeeded in volleyball? You know, if somebody does not succeed, then I'm sure depression, anxiety, underconfidence. But Rafat Bhai, you know, if you put your heart and soul and if you practice, are we not supposed to excel in whatever we do? That's a very interesting thing. But you know, Shadab, there's something called Yar plan, and there's something called God's plan. In Sanskrit, it's called Leela, Rangmanch. And most of the time, we have to surrender to God's plan. Rafat Bhai, you know, I'll give you a background. The reason why I shared this Bablu Bhaijan incident is because I'm preparing for area level, and one of the things is I want to win the competition. That's the reason why I'm doing. So if I cannot win the competition, what is the point of giving my 100 and 110%? Very interesting. You know, this is something that I am always very curious about. All this corporate and everywhere, people want to win. They want to succeed. They want to have a goal and they want to smash them. Nobody has taught us how to handle it. And this is a major problem that's happening. A parent that sends his kid wants the kid to come first. If there are 32 kids, how can all 32 kids come first? So my question to you is, don't win. Don't go for winning, but give your 100%. That was profound. Rafat Bhai, but how would I know that I am giving my 100%? Shadab, I am not sure if hips lie or not, but your heart will definitely not. Your heart will always tell you whether you have given your 100%. I wanted to give a success speech, and I realized it is very important to glorify people. We have stigmatized people. So let's go ahead and let's tell each other that it's okay to fail. And one song that brings out the entire emotion would always be from Coldplay, that is Fix You. When you try hard, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you're so tired that you want to sleep. Stuck and reverse. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones. And I'll try to fix you. It's okay to fail. Over to the Toastmaster of the day, Pandi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abu, for delivering such a power-packed performance. Now, please take 30 seconds to give comments to his personal chat. And that's what I am speaking about. That's my friend bought a ticket for me for $600, 4 days. It means per day, there's $150. That course was conducted by Tony Robbins. The topic is Unleash the Power Within. So the whole process, the whole night, it started at 8 o'clock in the night and it ends with the morning 6 o'clock. So the first day I attended 50% only. Then second day I came to know that it's $600. So I have to justify the rest of the 3 days. So I kept the whole night and I attended. And I will conclude that my learning. And now we are entering into the second segment of our meeting. That is table topics.
Before that, Toastmaster Pandi, let's vote for the best speaker. So
okay, please, we can go for a voting for a best speaker. Please, I request everyone to vote. Yeah, I hope, but this training was attended by 260,000 people all across the world. And it was a different country the whole night. They have divided into 60 segments, 400 people in one segment. Then we can interact with them. So now moving to the second segment of the table topic master, we have the young, energetic, enthusiastic the Toastmaster Kuber as a table topic master today. So let's welcome Toastmaster Kuber for proceeding further for the table topics. It's over to you, Toastmaster Kuber.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandi. So this is what happens when the timer and the tech master are the same people. Even when the host does not invite, the spotlight is set. So we all said, why are people switching off their videos? Are you scared of me? Do you not want to take the stage for your 1.5 minutes of glory? I want everybody to switch on their cameras, and there will be no list or nomination. I will pick everybody one by one. All right, Abu, you can be BRB. So welcome to the table topic section of the Toastmasters meeting. The purpose of a table topic session is to speak on a topic on the spot and practice spontaneous speech. So I will start with the president herself so that everybody can get a glimpse of how it is done. And the format which I'm following is, I will send a direct message on chat to you. And like it happens in a physical meeting when you pick up from a chat and read out your topic to the audience. So we are going to follow that format. Is everybody clear with that? Is everyone clear?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I am giving Toastmaster Arushi her topic. And over to Toastmaster Arushi.
What is the topic? What is the topic?
That's what I'm reading. What are you passionate about and what are you doing about it? Okay, that's very interesting. So I think a big part of who I am is closely related to sustainability. I remember my childhood, and my friends and we were walking, and my friend just happened to throw a wrapper of the chips on the road. And I did not say anything to him. I just picked it up. There was a dustbin, some, 100 this thing away, and I just went and just threw the packet there. And I think that sent enough message to him. So that's how I've been since my childhood. And while growing up, I think I do my bit to live sustainably. I try and carry a bottle from home so that I am not, taking and buying plastic bottles from outside. I believe in hydroponic farming. So I have a hydroponic plant at home, and I don't have to recycle, pour water every day into the plant. There's a bucket of water that keeps recycling itself. So that's another way on which I do. I am very conscious about the food I eat. So anything which has fertilizers, chemicals, I try and avoid it. So that's also how I sort of incorporate that in a little way. Another way I'm trying to do it, I am doing a lot of certifications in sustainability, and somehow I plan to gravitate and take that as a profession as well. So I think it's my calling, and I like to be very cognizant of the environment that we live in. And I feel like it is very important, and even you, me, organizations, companies will have to sort of take heed of it. So sustainability is that buzzword for me. And with that, I'll give it back to you, Toastmaster Kuber.
All right. It's great to see, Toastmaster Arushi, that how you've incorporated your passion into every aspect of your life. And it was very good to learn about that. Next, I would like to call on stage S. Datta. Mr. Datta, are you a guest or are you a Toastmaster from another club?
Yeah, I'm a guest. Thanks, Kuber. Toastmaster Kuber.
Welcome to the meeting.
Thank you.
I have sent you your topic and you can start speaking now.
What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? Nothing really. I mean, I'll directly answer the question. I would not really do anything differently if I knew that nobody is judging me, because I am the worst critique of myself. And that's, I guess, the probable truth for every one of us Toastmasters, because we have joined this institution for developing ourselves, and we know that we are not our supreme level, the power within is not fulfilled, and we are in this platform because we know we don't need others to judge us, we need their feedback. That's why that's the word they use. They don't call it as judgment, it's a feedback forum. So yeah, I don't think I would change anything differently. I'd still be the same. And the only difficulty that I see when you keep judging yourself is that you don't realize that how and that's where a platform like this helps, is like you don't realize how much you're inhibiting yourself by not coming out there, by not getting out and speaking up, and utilizing such a milieu of environment here, like these 7-8 stalwarts of here coming here and giving a fantastic presentation. I mean, the Toastmaster Arushi, thank you for sharing about the word of thank you. Like, somebody appreciates you, just go ahead and take that with full ownership, right? I mean, that was fantastic. I thought that's a great lesson. And Toastmaster Azad, I think you had mentioned about the law, and I learned so many those things about which I didn't know about the Delhi. I mean, I've come from Bangalore Toastmaster Club like few years back. Okay, I think I'm going across more than the time, so I should just stop talking, I guess. Toastmaster Pandi, thank you for sharing about this power within. I was not sure if you mentioned that you have giving away for free that $600 course. I was like, wow, this is some Toastmaster Club I should really join. And yeah, finally, I think Toastmaster the Achyut, I mean, I didn't realize so many stories about Sachin. I mean, that is a dream come true, that a girl behind is, calling you, and that has been like forever a dream, which I mean, now it's no more because I'm married, but yeah, that's a great, fantastic thing to happen. I wish it would have happened to me, but nobody ever realized, screamed behind looking for, hey, oh, that would have been really cool. So yeah, and finally Toastmaster Abu. I mean, when first I think Toastmaster Azad introduced somebody like Abu, it was like, okay, I didn't know that person was in this forum, and then when I heard him, I'm like, oh wow, he's my new favorite speaker now. So yeah, anyway, that's my time. I'm Red.
Thank you so much. I guess we forgot to tell our last table topic speaker that there's also a guest feedback session that will be there at the end of this speech. And thank you for being politically correct on the topic I gave you and saying absolutely nothing about it.
Thank you.
Right. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sukriti. Hi, Sukriti, are you there? Sukriti,
yes, Toastmaster Kuber, I'm here.
Can you turn on your video?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. So there goes the topic. Start.
So yeah. My topic is, are you holding on to something that needs to let go of? So I feel right now, I don't think I'm holding on something. Before, I think joining Toastmaster, I was holding on to like, there was a thing that was going in my mind that I need to join Toastmaster really fast. But because of the work pressure, I couldn't like join Toastmaster. So there was this feeling before joining Toastmaster. And trust me on that, it was like a very difficult feeling, because I knew how much I wanted to join Toastmaster, but I couldn't. But soon after, when I joined Toastmaster, I found out, like, I got such a good exposure, and the confidence within me came back, and I was again very confident. And I would say, if somebody is trying to do something, or waiting something to happen, or like holding on to something, some feeling, just don't think about it, do it, and I'm sure you'll feel really good. So that's my advice to you all. Thank you.
Thank you for those thoughts, for sharing those thoughts, Sukriti. Next, can anyone tell me what does a good table topic master do?
I think spontaneity, because it is table topics and it's all about spontaneity and impromptuness.
So I leave all the spontaneity to the speakers. A good table topic master, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that all the guests get a chance to speak. On that note, let me call guest Anusha onto the dais.
Yeah, okay.
Can you switch on your video?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. My bandwidth is low.
Okay, your speakers, your mic seems fine, so I'll send you the topic now, and there you go. Now you can start speaking.
How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? I'd be as old as I'd feel I'd want to be if I didn't know how old I was. And since you've asked a lady that question, you've got a very simple answer. I don't know in terms of numbers where I'd like to be, but I know I'd like to retain the youthfulness, the ability to think quickly, the ability to be able to converse wittily, and the ability to be able to get across to others in an empathetic manner. That's how old I'd like to be. I'd like to be old enough to enjoy life. where I'm aware of the nuances of life, where I'm able to enjoy, maybe playing with a child, playing with my niece, sitting and talking to people who are very interesting people who have more knowledge than I do. I'd like to be old enough to understand that there are people who have the ability to be able to think and who have the ability to absorb life in its wholesomeness. These are the kind of people I'd love to interact with. One very simple thing, have you ever watched a child play? A child, when it's playing, is living right in the moment where he or she is. So that's one trait I'd love to have. I'd love to have the trait of being able to live in the moment that I am in, so that I forget my past, I forget to worry about my future, and I just enjoy the present. So numbers, as they say, is a play of words. This has really been a very cute topic because it's endeared itself to me, unlike times where I feel the topics are very standardized. But as they say, for men may come, Alfred Lord Tennyson has said, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So that's the kind of age I'd like to attain, where I would be happy in the moment that I was living in. Thank you, and back to the table topics master.
Thank you, yes, Anusha. So she talked a lot about the experience and also about being a child, so basically undecisive. Anyways, moving on. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Pandi onto the dais.
Yeah.
And I know a lot about what you've done, but here goes about a topic on the other end of the spectrum.
So you message me, or can you read out? Yes.
I've sent you a message. Did you receive it?
Yeah, just a minute. Can you read it actually? Maybe the.
Sure. Your topic, Toastmaster Pandi, is have you ever regretted something you did not say or do?
Yes, I regretted something in my life here, the lot, and I would like to mention one thing. So it was in 2018. So there was a trip to go to Europe with my family. It means my wife's official trip. So they said your whole family also can go. So at the time, my younger daughters are 4 years old. So initially we thought, so we leave them. And me and my elder booked the ticket. For wife, it's a government sponsored. My elder daughter and me for 3 lakh, for the 66 lakh we booked the ticket. So what happened? It's 3-4 days to leave from India. All of a sudden, something came into my mind. If anything happened, we both were not able to survive. Then what will happen to these my twin daughters when they were 4 years? They are 4 years old. So all of a sudden it came to, I was not able to sleep. Then immediately I went to the traveler. I canceled my ticket. Then I sent my wife and my elder daughter. So this was my regret why I took a decision to leave my 2 kids, that's twin, when they were just 4 years old. How can I take a decision leaving them alone with my parents, and I can move with my wife and my elder daughter to go to Europe like that? So that was my biggest regret. So thank you, and over to you, table topic master.
Can Toastmaster Pandi afford to be not endearing? Even when I ask him something that he did not do, he talks about being away from family, and which I think is beautiful. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Himanshu. Toastmaster Himanshu, are you there?
Yes, I'm available.
Can you switch on your video?
I think there's some technical issue here, so I will not be able to do that.
Okay, no worries. I'm sending you your topic now. Over to you.
But I can't see that.
You can read it out, Kuber, Toastmaster Kuber.
Sure. Okay, I'll read out your topic. Your topic is what's the one thing you'd like others to remember about you at the end of your life? Did you get that, Toastmaster Himanshu? Should I repeat it? Okay.
No.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kuber. The thing, and thank you for this topic. As the topic says, what is that one thing which which I want everyone to remember after me is my ability to take the life as easy or as possible, and not thinking or not even being worried about very easily. That's the thing which I want people to remember after me, because I mean, what I think is people should remember that hey, there was some person who used to be very easy, used to be very confident, and used to be very very sincere, but at the same time not taking the life seriously, not getting worried very easily. That's what I think. Yeah, and over to you, Toastmaster Kuber.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himanshu. Clearly, you want to have a chilled out life. Probably, if I got to meet you, I'll make a note of that. If you aren't being that person. Next, I would like to invite guest Kritika. Kritika, I think she reconnected. Are you there?
There's some problem with her network.
Yeah, she reconnected after that. So I was just making sure if. All right, it's not her then. So Abu.
Just a second. Toastmaster Kuber, we can take only one more speaker. So he'll be our last.
Sure, no problems. So the best for the last, Toastmaster Abu. Are you prepared? Okay, so let me send that topic to you. And there you go. So the stage is yours now.
Which movie, book, video motivates you or moved you, and why? So again, I can, books is something that I really love. So let me start with the book that really made a lot of difference. Okay. So first, let's talk about spirituality. The book that really moved me was Elif Shafak's 40 Rules of Love. It's a must read. It will take your spirituality. It will give a 360-degree turn to everybody's spirituality. Now let's come to finance. If somebody loves money, we have got Kuber, and money comes with Kuber. Okay. So the book that really moved me was Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Such an amazing book. Something that stands out is the way we think, how rich people think and how poor people think. Okay. Now let's come to a very practical thing, which is called atomic habits. Okay. Now atomic habits help me understand the power of small habits and what can we do to make something our habit, and what can we also do something that how we can go ahead and take care of our bad habits. Okay. Now, last but not the least, which is the book that I'm currently reading. Okay. There's this Indian author. She's from Karnataka, I suppose. Her name is Sudha Murthy. Sudha Murthy. I'm sure most of you must have heard about Sudha Murthy. She writes amazing book. And while I was reading one of her latest book, it is a compilation of short stories. It spoke about the earthquake that happened in Kutch. And when the earthquake happened, and it was a disaster for a lot of people who were staying there, and a lot of household came to a stuck. So she runs an NGO as well. And what she realized was there was this family living in a tent. And when she goes inside, what she notices is there's this little girl, and she folds her hand and she invites and she offers a distillery. She offers her water to drink. And Sudha Murthy is a little, she doesn't know what kind of a water it is. And with the girl's accent, she is able to understand that they are not from Gujarat. So she asked her, you don't sound like, Gujaratis. Who are you? And then she mentioned, oh, we are from Mumbai. She says, you are from Mumbai? What are you doing in Kutch? She said, no, my dad is actually a beggar in Mumbai. we came here because we knew that, because there is this earthquake, a lot of support and help will come. So because of that, we came here, and we can't tell you how awesome our life has become. So when she showed, it was all distilleries that they had collected, all biscuits. It's just a way of thing how people look at for something. So for some people, it might be adversary, and for others, they can make opportunity. Over to you, Kuber, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abu. With that, we come to the end of the table topic session. Tech Master, are we ready for the voting?
Yeah, we're ready for the voting. So I'll just give me a second. So everyone except, just wait. Everyone except Toastmaster Datta was qualified. So Toastmaster Arushi, Toastmaster Sukriti, Toastmaster Anusha, Toastmaster Pandi, and Toastmaster Himanshu and Toastmaster Abu are qualified. So let's vote. So let's hurry up. I'll give you 10 more seconds.
Are we done with the voting?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Okay, so before I call the general evaluator for the next session, let me just quickly tell everybody about the table topics that spontaneity can also be practiced. So when you're giving a table topic speech, it is always best to practice a structure in mind, which is the introduction, body, and conclusion. And if you practice each particular section independently and think about that framework as you are preparing, as you're organizing your thoughts, it helps giving a table topic speech. With that, I would pass the baton on to the general evaluator for the evaluation section. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kuber. There's a slight change in the order of the speech evaluator since Toastmaster Himanshu has to leave for some work. So I'll call him first. Toastmaster Himanshu, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Please go ahead and evaluate Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Before I start my evaluation, I should say thank you to the speaker for motivating us on this Saturday evening. Now, after the speech, I felt exuberant and elated because he was quite confident while giving his speech. Coming to the grounding stroke, he used the song like "When you try hard but you don't succeed," and I should add also, when you try hard but don't succeed, just call Abu Shadab. Now, coming to the eye contact, he was constantly in touch with the camera, so he was, quite engaging with the audience, and he used tea, timber, and tourism. This was quite a unique way to explain about a place. Let's say if I'm just telling about someone or something, and I'm using this technique of alliteration, this actually acts as a cherry on the cake. So good job done there. Coming to the voice clarity, he was quite clear and confident. There were no glitches while he was talking. Yes, coming to the recommendations, when he was particularly talking about someone, or when in a speech, when we are talking in a way that when we are using some object or someone, let's say in his speech he was using Bagluji, and he was trying to enact that particular scene. So when we are doing that, we just need to make sure that we are maintaining at least 45 degree of angle, so that even if we are at physical stage or on virtual stage, we are in touch with the audience, and we see at the end of the day, the audience wants not just the vocal variety, but the face expressions. So in that, he needs to work on. Somewhere here and there, audience engagement was missing, as the topic says. He wanted to inspire us. So sometimes we used to to connect with people, to connect the audience and inspire them, and by connecting with their own personal stories, or maybe any short anecdote or something. And if I come to the vocal variety, he used when we talk, he did a great job in vocal variety also, but sometimes he was like, his voice was very slow. Now coming to the summary, he was quite confident, and the speech was well prepared, well practiced, and I wish him all the best for the next future speeches. And over to you, Toastmaster Pandi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himanshu. So let's go to a second evaluator. That is the first evaluator of the first speaker. That will be Toastmaster Arushi, who will evaluate Toastmaster Achyutam, who gave us icebreaker this evening. Over to Toastmaster Arushi.
Right. So before I get into evaluation, can I request people who can switch on their videos to switch it on so that I can evaluate myself through your expressions? Okay. Aditya, I think I can now see. Yeah, everyone. All right. So, you know what kind of speech is my favorite kind of speech, apart from, of course, humorous speech? Any guesses? Any guesses? Icebreaker speech. Yes, you got that right. And why is that? Because here is somebody who you're looking at in a window, and you come a little closer to that person through their story, through their icebreaker speech. Hence, it is my favorite kind of speech. Now, there is one line that Toastmaster Achyutam, which you said, will stick with me for the longest time. And that was my takeaway from your speech, which is when you do something difficult, it instills confidence in you. And according to surveys, what is the #1 fear that people have? No, it is not the fear of heights. It is not the fear of water or drowning. It is the fear of public speaking. To be able to speak in front of so many people is the biggest fear people have. And you, Toastmaster Achyutam, overcame that fear, because I personally could not see any kind of nervousness that you were going through. Even if you were, like a chameleon, you were able to hide that. And it felt you were comfortable in your skin while you were delivering your speech. So a round of applause for being able to do that in your very first speech. So another great thing which I liked about your speech was the content. We had different tidbits that you got from different parts of your life and sewed it in a beautiful story. And there were moments where, it felt endearing. In some places, it was wow. So you were able to get those reactions out of your audience. So well done on that. Now, having said that, about your content, there were times, when I was questioning about the purpose of your speech, which was to introduce yourself to the audience. And somewhere I felt that, you could have spoken more about you. What are your fears, your passion? How was your childhood? What are the things that affected you and made you who you are? So I think I missed a little bit content on that. So stick to the purpose. That's what I would say. Again, I felt like the transitions from one story to another could have been a little more smoother. And I can give you examples offline, because there's a time restraint right now. Also, I'd give you one last suggestion is whenever you're using Hindi phrases, always convert it into English. Maybe there is somebody in the audience who doesn't understand Hindi, so that will be good. So these were my commendations and recommendations. I will summarize it for you. So you were comfortable in your skin, great job on that. Great phrases that you used, and great content. Something you can improve on is the translation of Hindi phrases into English, connection of the different parts of the story, and talk more about yourself and stick to the purpose. That's all from my end. Back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi. So we will call our final evaluator, that's Toastmaster Varsha, who will evaluate Toastmaster Azad.
Okay, before I start, am
Should I
I
time
audible?
you?
Yeah, please time me.
Okay, just take a minute.
Because I can time myself, but I can't show the cards. Also, is my
I'll
audio
time you, don't worry. Just give me a second.
clear? Is my audio very clear? Yes.
Yes, Varsha.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so when
Respectfully-
you start Toastmaster Varsha, I'll start the time.
Okay. I wanted to be on video today, but my internet is bad. In Aditya, you can start. Have you started?
Yes, please start.
Okay. So good evening, everybody. So now, as I'm giving the third and the final speaker evaluation, I will skip what is already known, and what is well known about Toastmaster Azad is that he has like great energy and a wonderful smile. We are familiar with that. What I liked about his speech is especially the intro, which was completely aligned with Toastmaster Pandi's theme, which I think gives a very cohesive look and makes you seem more prepared than before. However, I think the time was a bit off. Since time is of the essence, I appreciate the statement of gratitude. We have been like seeing the theme of gratitude throughout the meeting today. However, a very key strength of a good speaker is writing a concise speech, being able to do that and being able to use words efficiently by using lesser words to deliver the same amount of substance. So I think Toastmaster Azad can work a little bit on that. However, what I found was done I would say in my opinion, the best was the structure of the speech itself. Toastmaster Azad was able to fulfill both of the purposes of his speech, which was to clearly define what mentorship was. He also interacted with the audience in the beginning to show, to extract some answers to engage the audience, as well as explained very clearly what mentorship was. Then he spoke about a quote, which is, when the student is ready, the mentor appears. And followed up with 3 anecdotes from his life. All the 3 anecdotes were aligned with the quotes, which is when he was, searching for a mentor, the mentor appeared. And then the best part was when he came full circle, when the last anecdote was everybody guessing who he found when he went online, and he said Toastmasters, and everybody was so exhilarated. I like that kind of impact that he was able to produce in the meeting today, and we could see everybody's faces. We were very happy. And I think all of us feel the same. So it was very relatable. To summarize, I would like to say when it came to content, he fulfilled the purpose, as well as the purpose of the speech, as well as aligning the intro with the theme. The thing that Toastmaster Azad can do better from next time is writing a very concise speech and using words precisely to share the same sentiment and information in lesser words so that he is not disqualified. That is all for my evaluation. I would like to hand it back to our general evaluator.
Okay, Toastmaster Varsha, note your time was 3 minutes 5 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So is everyone qualified? I think you're qualified. Are others qualified?
Everybody is qualified.
Okay, let's vote for the best speech evaluator. The time starts now. Only have 8 members. So I would want everyone to. I need 2 more votes. If anyone can vote, otherwise, yes, that's better. I'll give you 5 more seconds and we'll begin with the supplementary evaluators. Okay, time's up. Give me a second. Let's hope it doesn't come to the point where we are saying the quote, the idiom for today, that when everything else fails, the workman blames his tools. Let's not use that. So, anyways, let's call the supplementary evaluators. We'll start with our counter, Toastmaster Sukriti. Are you ready?
Yes, Toastmaster Aditya.
Please go ahead and give your report.
Okay. So for TMOD, our TM Pandi said 6 times a. TM Kuber, he said 5 times a. And then we have for table topics, we have TM Sukriti, that's me. I said 3 times a. And again, TM Pandi said 2 times a. TM Himanshu, evaluator 2, said 6 times a. TM Arushi said 5 times a, 2 times and TM Varsha said 4 times a, 1 time and yeah, that's all for my report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, let's go to Toastmaster Varsha, who will give her timer's report.
Okay. Just let me reset my clock. Is my screen visible? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, Varsha.
Okay. Okay, I can start. Good evening, everybody. I'm back speaking a lot of times today. So let me start with the meeting in the beginning. Our Sergeant at Arms, new Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Kuber, opened the meeting in 1 minute 16 seconds, which is impressive. Then our president spoke for 5 minutes and 3 seconds about how the meeting would be offline, which I'm very sad about. Then we have our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pandi, wrapped it up in 2 minutes 54 seconds. For our speeches today, we had 3 speeches with only 1 disqualification. Toastmaster Chutam spoke for 6 minutes 20 seconds using a lot of his time, which was great. Toastmaster Abu spoke for 6 minutes 37 seconds. This should be green. And then Toastmaster Azad spoke for 11 minutes and 41 seconds, which was way above time. Now coming to our table topic speeches, we had Toastmaster Arushi speaking for 2 minutes 13 seconds. We had Toastmaster Datta, who appreciated everybody but spoke for 2 minutes 15 seconds, hence got disqualified. We had a lot of people speaking over 1 minute mark. I felt there were people who were nervous but still kept going and crossed the 1 minute mark. We had and Toastmaster Abu just making it in time, speaking for 2 minutes 27 seconds. Then we had 3 evaluations today. Toastmaster Arushi spoke for 3 minutes 28 seconds. Toastmaster Varsha, which is me, spoke for 3 minutes 5 seconds, and Toastmaster Himanshu spoke for 3 minutes 24 seconds. I deleted the R counter row, but Toastmaster Sukriti spoke for 48 seconds, hence she is disqualified. I'm timing myself, but I'll be qualified, it's 2 minutes. And we'll have the general evaluator report after that, which I'll be timing and letting all of you know if Toastmaster Aditya is qualified or not. That is all for my time. Over to you, back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varsha. Now let's get to, since we don't have to vote for the best supplementary evaluator, so let's skip over that and let's go to the GE's reports. These are the questions for all the members. In speech evaluation, we follow a methodology called CRCST. Can anyone elaborate on that? Anyone, whoever is here.
Yeah, CRC means, is it commendation, recommendation, and commendation?
S and
That
T.
is CRC. S and D. It is
S and T.
summation, S and T. Yeah,
S
it's a
summation. T would
submission and T, I'm not sure.
be. T would be anyone. Kuber, Sukriti, Achyutam, Anusha, Abu, Varsha.
Time, I guess.
Take away.
Take away, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to have CRC, but we have
Yeah,
added S and T, and it has come almost organically. I mean, there's no hard and fast rule to do that, but that's the most important part, that we should, if you go through the judges ballot when the speech evaluation happens, you see the various sections. One of the things which they evaluate or judge you on is how helpful are the evaluations, how nicely have you evaluated the target speaker, and how have you given him or her the recommendation. What is the, I mean, have you followed the transition? Have you spoken from his or her body language to the content to the use of grammar? I think all our three evaluators did exactly that, and the evaluation were helpful and motivation the next time Toastmaster Achyutam, Toastmaster Azad, Toastmaster Abu, when they come to the stage, they will remember these evaluation and want to improve on that. So that was the most important part. And then there were specific examples given from the speeches, which means how carefully the speech evaluators were listening to the speeches. They took out examples. They said that this is where the speaker was brilliant. This is where the speaker can improve, whether it's in terms of the camera angle or the content, or what was the objective. Was the objective aligning with the speech also? So these are some of the important things. And then the recommendations were such that the speaker will improve. I think Toastmaster Kuber is dozing off. No worry, I'll hurry up. Okay, no issue. All right, let's go ahead. So that was the most important part. But one recommendation for all the speech evaluators and speech evaluator in future, it would be better if instead of taking the name of the speaker, instead of saying that TM XYZ or TM XYZ, you can say the speaker, because this is not just for the speaker. This is for also everyone to improve on that. So instead of saying TM Kuber was brilliant, TM Kuber did this, you can say the speaker, and then you can use he or she or whatever if you don't want to use a speaker. But the speaker was brilliant in their speech. They gave examples, XYZ, whatever. Instead of going name, say the speaker. That is the only recommendation. Moving on, let's look at the two anchors for today. I think the theme was very interesting. It was in the milieu of today's, the way we had our meeting, that despite all the limitations, we had the power to come and be in the meeting and also conduct a meeting, knowing that what's going to happen next week, and that is taking such a space in our head. The in-person meeting has already started, getting us excited that such meetings often don't, but we have conducted this meeting beautifully. The TMOD was able to manage, despite his whatever issues or whatever he was going through, he was able to manage the meeting, was aware of who the speakers were and everything, and then gave personal anecdotes that adds to the meeting. When you add personal anecdotes as a speaker, remember, even TMOD is a speaker. The TMOD gets full 5 minutes on the stage. It's all about how the TMOD or the GE or any other anchor or any other speaker, speech evaluator manages that time. The transition was smooth, giving examples and also quotes which were in tune with the milieu with the theme and the speeches, and as well as the idiom of the day may not work for Toastmaster Pandi, despite not being in best shape. He was able to come and not give an excuse that I am not well. Therefore, he did not blame other tools. He came to the meeting and he was able to go through it. So that's well done. A table topic session, I think we had a session where everyone could participate, and I think the table topic master in his debut role was able to make sure that all members, guests, whoever is present in the meeting got their 1 minute time, and the topics were straightforward, interesting, and every speaker was able to speak for at least 2 minutes, which shows that how confident the speakers were, and they did not think more than 5 milliseconds to come and give a speech. That was the interesting part. Well, coming to the supplementary validators, we did not have too many, but I think we did not use a word of the day in too much. So I think it was an interesting word of the day. You could have easily used the Hindi version and given it an English translation of the idiom of the day. I chose it deliberately because sometimes I think in these situations we often blame things like my camera isn't working, my microphone isn't working, so I will not come. I will not show my face. And I think the idiom of the day works very well when it's in video conferencing. Next week, it will not work. We will be seeing you face to face. Nothing will work. So I hope that milieu will make us into different individuals. So that's all from my report. I think it was an enjoyable meeting. Just one more asterisk, all the speech evaluators, whenever you have time and as soon as possible, please send your recommendation through text message or whatever method to the speaker so that the speaker is able to improve, record that, and when they come for the next speech, whether it's in-person video, they're able to take the takeaways from that and then improve on that. If we delay it, then everyone forgets it, and then the purpose of the speech evaluation is defeated. So put yourself in the speaker's shoes. If you don't receive your speech evaluation, you will feel what was the point. So please do send it, and from next week you will have no option but to do it. So get into the habit, and please send it as soon as you have time. And I mean all the speech evaluators if you haven't. That's all from me. Let's give it to our TMOD to conclude Toastmaster Pandi.
Thank you so much, TM Aditya, the general evaluator, for giving a elaborate feedback for all the role players and adding value to their system to improve further. So now coming back to conclude the theme is unleash the power within. As we are aware of that, only less than 5% of the people across the world who achieved or who succeeded their goal or whatever the target they set. Why, if the people are born with equally talented, why it's happening? So most of the things we are resistant to change. So change is not a matter of ability, rather it's a matter of motivation. So how an individual get motivated ourselves to proceed in life in different levels? So the first is that we have to have a laser focused, crystal clear goal in our life. Then we have to find what are we passionate about, what we love, what we don't like, what we want in our life. Then decide, then commit and resolve by unleashing your full potential. Take intelligent, immediate, massive actions to give momentum to your life. No matter at what level you are, no matter what social status you are, there is always you can move ahead by unreleasing your potential power, the driving force within. So with that, I conclude and I hand over the stage to our President, TM Arushi, to conclude the meeting today. Thank you, and over to you, President Arushi, Toastmaster Arushi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandi. Wow, what a meeting. So thank you. The way you ended that meeting, there was an image that came to my mind, which I saw earlier today. So there were two persons, and one was drowning because all he had was an idea. And there was one person who was on the surface, and he wasn't drowning because he had an idea and he also took action for it. So that's I could definitely relate that to how you concluded, sir. So great point that you raised. I absolutely loved the content of the meeting today and how we sort of went about conducting the meeting. Starting with the very first meeting, I think I have a takeaway from every little portion of the meeting. And I included that in Achyutam's evaluation as well, starting with him. He was the first speaker for today, and he talked about how doing difficult things makes you stronger. So thanks for reminding that. I think we all know all the knowledge that is out there, we subconsciously know, but we have to be told in order to realize its importance. So thank you for bringing that out. Then followed by Azad's speech today, where he talked about having a mentor and how mentor appears when you really, really want something, which I can, of course, relate it to a movie as well, a famous dialogue from this movie. I think we all know what it is, the Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone movie. So again, that was my takeaway from that. And Abu, as always, we'll have these very personal anecdotes from his life, which and the storyteller he will present it in such a way that it will be so endearing. And the point which I really liked is that we did not talk about success today, but also seeing the flip side of it in his speech, which was also seeing failures and not successes all the time. So thank you for also showing us that flip side in your speech today, Toastmaster Abu. Toastmaster Kuber, what an innovative idea, to just send a DM to the table topic speaker. And I think you were so candid in your conversations when everybody was ending their, little speech. So that was really commendable on your part to become so spontaneous. It was like you're a talk show host. So really enjoyed your bit, and I think the topics were really good, like unheard of. So I have not heard. There are some topics which they're repetitive and we keep on repeating those, but I really have to commend you for the quality of the topics that you brought in today. Thank you. Well done. So great. I want to now also, Aditya, we would have the poll for the anchors.
Varsha, can you confirm?
All of the anchors are qualified.
So if you all could vote for the anchor, I just put in my vote. So would request each one of you to also do that.
Can we have more? Yes, please. Can we have? Okay. I'll give you 5 more seconds. Time's up. I'll let you know when we are ready.
Okay. All right. So thank you guys for voting. I want to again congratulate Achyutam for giving out his first speech, his icebreaker speech. Well done on that. I think everybody else has done their roles before. But again, I would like to thank all of you for showing up today and making this meeting successful. I hope to see most of these spaces in the offline meeting that we will be holding next week. So again, I am very excited. So I think I'm just like a parrot. I am just talking about the offline meeting in the last online meeting. So, okay. So Aditya, just let me know whenever you're ready. So we will be presenting that. Can I request everybody to please switch on their videos in the meanwhile, because we will also be taking a picture after we present the certificates. Toastmaster Pandi, do you have a power cut? Yeah. You're on mute.
Yes, I just switched on my mobile light. I have a power cut and inverter not working.
Yes. Okay. All right, sir. Hope the electricity comes back soon. Yes, Achyutam, make your way back to Delhi ASAP, because the kind of speaking you did today, we would like to see that very much in person. And could you also switch on your camera? I think till the time Toastmaster Aditya is preparing the certificates, let's take a picture. Can I request everybody to smile? All right. Smile, everyone. Okay, I have a picture. All right. So I don't see any guests.
We are ready.
Okay, right. Because I was going to take a feedback from the guests, but we didn't have anyone. I actually don't want to take a feedback because we are going physical. Right. So
Our guest Anusha is there.
right.
She
But
is a-
the certificate's ready. All right. Best anchor goes to Toastmaster Pandi. Thank you for bringing such an insightful topic today. Next is
Much first time.
to me. Thank you so much. Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Anusha, always stealing that. The speaker goes to Toastmaster Abu. Hope, Abu, you win the area contest tomorrow as well. All the best from all of us and wish you all the best. All right. I will give 10 minutes back to all of you because that is the best gift one can give, the gift of time.